Ever notice a man who's completely unflinching in his decisions, uninterested in seeking approval or retracting a strong stance he's taken? You've likely brushed up against a Sigma male, a rare breed who stands outside the usual alpha or beta classification. He doesn't dominate or follow the pack. Instead, he operates by his own code, unwavering in the face of judgment. This self-guided lifestyle often makes him appear unapologetic. Some might even say ruthless. In this video, we will dig into 10 reasons why Sigma males rarely, if ever, apologize, and how this brutally firm mindset sets them apart from everyone else. Number 1. They believe apologies undermine their self-reliance. A Sigma male takes immense pride in being self-directed, trusting his own judgment above external opinions. From his viewpoint, apologizing can hint that he's uncertain, or that he relied on someone else's moral code to measure his actions. Rather than show that vulnerability, he'd prefer to stand by his choices, even if they come off as brash. While most people see humility in an apology, he sees a slip in independence, a dent in the armor he's spent a lifetime forging. Number 2. They calculate all moves before acting. Unlike those who leap without looking, Sigmas carefully weigh every decision in advance. If he's concluded that a certain path is logical, he feels no need to backtrack or apologize for consequences later. The meticulous planning he invests up front convinces him any regret is unwarranted. After all, he did the math, saw the angles, and made the best call. It's a viewpoint that doesn't leave room for second-guessing once the action is done. Number 3. They prefer solutions over regrets. To a Sigma, dwelling on what went wrong or expressing remorse solves nothing. If a problem arises, he'd rather fix it or walk away than indulge in sorry speeches. Where others might say, "I'm sorry," a Sigma might quietly correct the error or vanish from a faulty arrangement. This no-nonsense approach can seem callous, but in his mind, it's more productive than seeking empathy through an apology. By pivoting to solutions, he reaffirms his independence and avoids emotional entanglements that apologies can invite. Number 4. They view social pleasantries as forced constraints. Society often expects apologies for minor missteps, accidental insults, overlooked invitations, or small scheduling changes. Sigmas find these ritualized courtesy apologies to be insincere hoops to jump through. They see it as a waste of time or a forced performance that does little to mend trust. If the offense was genuinely serious, he'll address it in direct, corrective action. If it's minor, he assumes an apology is superfluous. This stance can alienate those who thrive on social niceties, but the Sigma simply sees it as cutting the fluff. Number 5. They prioritize their own moral compass. While many rely on collective standards, society's or a group's idea of right and wrong, a Sigma clings to his own moral code, which he deems thoroughly tested by logic and life experience. If he believes he's acted ethically by his internal guidelines, he finds no reason to apologize, regardless of outside judgments. This unwavering stance can appear arrogant, but it also gives him a centeredness. He won't flip-flop on a stance just because someone else disapproves. In his mind, an apology would require an external moral yardstick he refuses to adopt. Number 6. They detest guilt as a manipulative tool. Sigmas often spot manipulative tactics, like guilt trips, faster than most. If someone tries to elicit an apology to pressure him into compliance or emotional subservience, he immediately rejects it. He sees forced apologies as a strategy used by others to extract concessions. Rather than feed that dynamic, he'd rather hold his ground silently, confirming he won't be swayed by emotional tricks. This no-apologies stance becomes his shield against manipulative influences he perceives in personal or professional circles. Number 7. They move on instead of seeking closure. When things go wrong in relationships, romantic, friendship, or work, people often expect some form of sorry statement to tie up loose ends. A Sigma, however, tends to move on without rehashing what happened. He feels no obligation to mend someone else's feelings if he's confident in his side of the story. To outsiders, this abrupt exit can look heartless or stubborn. But for the Sigma, it's a strategic retreat that avoids messy emotional entanglements, reaffirming that lingering regrets or pleas for closure aren't his concern. Number 8. They constantly learn and adapt instead of remorse. It's not that a Sigma never feels he's erred. It's that he channels that recognition into adaptation instead of apologies. If he concludes he made a miscalculation, he silently tweaks his approach for the future. Publicly broadcasting, "I messed up and I'm sorry," isn't in his nature because his growth occurs behind closed doors. People who expect an apologetic conversation are left confused by how he simply corrects course without acknowledging a misstep. In truth, he's far too focused on the next move to dwell on a regretful backward glance. Number 9. They reject validation from others. An apology can sometimes be a path to social acceptance, saying sorry to maintain harmony. But Sigmas don't crave harmony from external sources. They'd rather maintain personal consistency than satisfy group expectations. If an apology appeases the crowd but betrays his own conviction, he sees no gain in that exchange. He'll withstand the group's disapproval, continuing on his solitary path, rather than offer an apology that doesn't align with his internal sense of justice or logic. Number 10. They accept the costs of their autonomy. Finally, Sigma males are acutely aware that refusing to apologize can brand them as cold, arrogant, or stubborn. They accept that cost if it preserves the independence they prize. In their eyes, apologizing often signals a compromise of self, a bending to someone else's moral standards or emotional demands. While most people find ways to reconcile through mutual regret and forgiveness, the Sigma stands firm. He'd rather shoulder the reputation of being unapologetic than lose even a fraction of his carefully guarded autonomy. For Sigma males, skipping the apology isn't about ego or cruelty. It's a logical stance reinforced by deep-seated self-reliance, private moral codes, and a preference for solutions over confessions. In a world that often expects remorse as a means of social bonding, the Sigma's unapologetic nature can seem harsh or even alien. Yet for him, every second spent explaining himself or catering to group expectations is a second stolen from his quest for authentic freedom. Do you agree with the points I mentioned in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you're ready to continue your journey toward achieving greatness, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Click here to see why Sigma males stop caring.